Good morning, children. Today we will continue the SAQs, VSAQs, 11th bit. Show that the complex numbers, show that the complex numbers Z satisfying Z square plus Z bar whole square equal to 2 constitutes, say, hyperbola. So the question is given that the complex numbers show that the condition is given z square plus z bar whole square equal to 2 constitutes a hyperbola. So given solution, given satisfying equation is, given equation is z square plus z bar whole square equal to 2. Let z equal to x plus iy, then z bar nothing but its conjugate, that is x minus iy. So that is, let z is equal to x plus 5y, then z bar equal to x minus iy. So the given equation is z square plus z bar whole square equal to 2. Then substitute in this, that implies x plus iy whole square plus x minus iy whole square equal to 2. Now it is in the form of a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2 into I into xy plus a square plus b square minus 2 into I into xy equal to 2. So these two terms will be get cancelled. Then x square, I square means what is the formula? Always I am remember you always, this is I square equal to minus 1. Then you get minus y square. Here also, that is, make it to 2x square and 2y square equal to 2. From these two as common, then you get x square minus y square equal to 1. Which since this equation represents a hyperbola, therefore since the equation represents a hyperbola. Why? Because it is in the standard form of a hyperbola, that is x square minus y square equal to a square. Here x square minus y square is equal to now equal to 1. So this equation represents a hyperbola. So the condition is given that it is show that the complex number z satisfying the z square plus z bar whole square equal to this equation. The simplified form, lastly we got this x square minus y square equal to 1, which is nothing but which represents a hyperbola. So that is the equation in the standard form. That is why it constitutes a hyperbola. So this is a question. Please make a note, all of you. Next 12th question. So that is z is not equal to 0. If z is not equal to 0, find augment of z plus augment of z bar is, what is the value? Find just augment of z plus augment of z bar is. So already we have taken as, let z is equal to, let z is equal to x plus iy. Then z bar equal to what we have taken, x minus iy. Then augment means tan theta. Tan theta means theta equal to, for the first term, tan inverse of y by x. And this term theta equal to tan inverse of minus y by x. Minus y by x nothing but minus tan inverse y by x. Why? Because tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse x. So this is augment is theta. Theta means tan inverse of y by x, and here z bar is nothing but tan inverse of minus y by minus x. That is minus tan inverse of y by x. Therefore, the question is given in the question, augment of z plus augment of z bar is equal to, so that is tan inverse of y by x and tan inverse of minus y by x, that is minus tan inverse y by x, that is becomes to 0. So that is the question. What is the question is given in the question? Augment means the angle made by the complex number in the direction of x-axis. That is tan theta. Tan theta nothing but pi by x. That is nothing but theta equal to tan inverse pi by x for z equal to x plus iy. Similarly, the z bar is nothing but x minus iy. X minus iy nothing but tan inverse of minus y by x. That is tan inverse of minus y by x nothing but it is in the form of tan inverse of minus x. Nothing, though we can nothing but we have to write as minus tan inverse y by x. So then substitute augment of z plus augment of z bar. That is tan inverse of y by x minus tan inverse of y by x becomes to 0. Next, the question 11th and 12th is over. Next, go to the 13th question. That is, in the question is given that next I am writing the next page. That is question number 13. If the real part of if the real part of z plus 1 by z plus I is 1, find the locus of z. Find the locus of z. So the real part of this value, total value, is equal to, make it to equal to 1. So therefore, let similarly always we had the complex number z equal to x plus iy. So that is now substitute in the given equation, that is z plus 1 by z plus I, that is z equal to write as x plus iy plus 1 divided by x plus iy plus I. Now simplify the real parts. So imaginary part, here also x plus, only x is there, and y into y plus 1. Now simplify the numerator and denominator, its conjugate. Then you get, therefore, x plus 1 plus iy divided by x plus I into y plus 1 into x minus I into y plus 1 divided by x minus I into y plus 1. That is equal to numerator of the form general multiplication, that is x into x plus 1, x into x plus 1 minus I into x plus 1 into y plus 1 divided by denominator of the form a plus b whole square plus y plus 1 whole square. Minus I into y plus 1 whole square means the minus, or minus I square, that I square is minus 1, before is minus is there. Why? Because a plus b into a minus b, that is x square, here minus of minus plus becomes. So that is next multiply with the next term is there, I into xy minus I square into y plus 1, where I square means we have to write minus 1. So this is the term of real part. Therefore that is nothing but x into x plus 1 plus y into y plus 1 is the real part, and the separate into imaginary part xy minus x plus 1 into y plus 1 divided by x square plus y plus 1 whole square. Now separated as real part to real part, imaginary part to imaginary part, plus y into y plus 1 divided by x square plus y plus 1 whole square plus I into xy minus x plus 1 into y plus 1 divided by x square plus y plus 1 whole square. So now the question is given that real part equal to 1. So real part equal to 1, but given that the real part equal to 1. So this has to total real part, this has to imaginary part. Therefore, x into x plus 1 plus y into y plus 1 divided by x square plus y plus 1 whole square equal to 1. Now simplify, x square plus x plus y square plus y equal to x square plus y square plus 2y plus 1. So that is x square y square cancel. Then you get x minus y minus 1 equal to 0 is represents is a equation of a straight line, is the required locus. Why? Because it is in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Then the locus of z is asking, that is locus means we have to write the question lastly. It represents the equation of a straight line. Simple way, Nana. So don't first take it as a z equal to x plus iy. In the question is given that z plus 1 by z plus I, where z equal to x plus iy plus 1 by x plus iy plus I. Real parts to separated and imaginary parts to separated. Then go to its multiply with and its conjugate. So x minus I into y plus 1 by x minus I into y plus 1. Just general multiplication, x into x plus 1 minus I into x plus 1 into y plus 1, and the remaining one term with I into xy, that is ixy, minus I square into y plus 1. Whereas to I square is nothing but minus 1. Minus 1 nothing but you have to hit this term should be in the without items means real part. Real parts make it to separated and imaginary parts as common, that is ixy. Ixy means I is common, xy minus something by divided by this x square plus y plus 1 whole square. This is total, without I means real part, this is total term becomes to imaginary part. But in the question given the real part equal to 1, the real part should be equal to 1 means take the cross multiplication, then you simplify, then it is the equation of a straight line. This is the question. Next, the 14th question. Okay, question number 14. Interchange, Nana. Just given above, the question is like that. This is 13 and this no problem. So if 1 minus I into 2 minus I into 3 minus I into 4 minus I, so on, 1 minus ni equal to x plus x minus iy. Then prove that, then prove that 2 into 5 into 10 so on up to 1 plus n square equal to x square plus y square. X square plus y square it is given. So taking this as to in terms of what modulus, the numbers are means it is in the form of real numbers. So the question is given that if the relation is 1 minus I into 2 minus I into 3 minus I so on 1 minus ni, that is equal to x minus iy, it is given. The show that the terms are in the real number, that's why we have taken it as a modulus. Just I am taking in the taking modulus on both sides, that is 1 minus I in the modulus, 2 minus I in the modulus, 3 minus I in the modulus, so on, nothing but modulus of 1 minus ni in the complex number. This is also x minus iy in the mod. Since what we have taken, taking modulus, taking modulus on both sides, just I am taking modulus on both sides. If it is z equal to x plus iy, if z is equal to x plus iy, what is the formula for modulus? Mod z equal to root over real part square plus imaginary part square. That is the basic formula. So that is the formula for this question. So now substitute in the modulus of 1 square plus I not, don't write as it is minus. So write as minus 1 whole square. I coefficient only you should take. So that is 2 square minus 1 whole square. This is for this 3 square plus minus 1 whole square. So that 1 plus 1 minus n whole square equal to root over x square plus minus y whole square. So that is minus y whole square. So that is nothing but in the form of root 2 into root 5 into root 10, so on, nothing but 1 plus n square equal to x square plus y square under root. Now squaring on both sides, then you get 2 into 5 into 10, so on, nothing but 1 plus n square equal to x square plus y square. This hence proved. The question is in the form of real numbers, as the question above given 1 minus I into 2 minus I into so on, nothing but 1 minus ni, that is equal to x minus iy. The answer is in the form of real numbers. So I am taking modulus on both sides for each and every term. 1 minus I in the modulus, 2 minus I in the modulus, 3 minus I in the modulus, up to so on x minus iy in the modulus. So what is the formula for modulus? If z equal to x plus iy, mod z equal to root over x square plus y square. That is the formula, real part square plus imaginary part square. That's why I have taken. So that is I would have taken 1 square plus minus 1 whole square into root 2 square plus minus 1 whole square something to total value by related under this formula in the form of root 2 root 5 root 10 so on root of 1 plus n square equal to 1 plus x square plus y square. Then you get squaring on both sides, then you get this. So please all of you make a note. Question number 15, Nana. Very easiest question. If z equal to x plus iy, z is equal to x plus iy and mod z equal to 1, find the locus. Find the locus of z. So if z equal to x plus iy, find the locus. So the given is mod z equal to 1. That is meaning that modulus of z. So what is the formula? Just now we have told if x equal to z plus I x plus iy mod z equal to root over real part square plus imaginary part square. This is the formula for modulus of z. So now substitute here root over x square plus y square equal to 1. Now simplify root will be the squaring on both sides equal to 1. Since the equation is represents equation of a represents this equation is a equation of a circle. Why? Because circle, so it is in the form of x square plus y square plus equal to 1. That's why it is in the form of x square plus y square equal to a square, which has the center 0 comma 0 and the radius is equal to 1. And its center is 0 comma 0 and radius equal to 1 unit. That's all. This is the question for 2 marks. So modulus of z is nothing but root over x square plus y square. So that's why we have taken as root of x square plus y square equal to 1. Now simplify x square plus y square equal to 1, nothing but it represents this equation is the equation of a circle and center is 0 comma 0 and the radius is 1 square means 1. That's why we have written as locus. So you have to complete that locus also you have to write. Next question, that is question number 16. 16 means if the amplitude of z minus 1 is pi by 2, then find the locus of z. Same thing as to then find the locus also is similar question. Find the locus of z. So amplitude means theta. Theta is nothing but z minus 1 in the question is given that. So let the equation be z minus 1. So z minus 1 equal to the amplitude is given that pi by 2. So let solution. So let z equal to x plus iy. Let z equal to x plus iy where z is a complex number. And given the equation is augment of amplitude or augment or both are same. Augment of z minus 1 equal to pi by 2 is pi by 2. So that implies we have taken as first simplify. So that is z minus 1 nothing but x plus iy minus 1. So simplify, that is nothing but real part separate, imaginary part separate. So that is x minus 1 plus iy. In the form of augment. Augment means you have this as to real part and this as to imaginary part. So augment means theta. Theta is nothing but tan inverse of y by x. Tan inverse of y by x, that is amplitude formula. Amplitude nothing but theta. Theta or augment. Both are same. Theta equal to tan inverse of y by x. That is nothing but theta here in real part, that is y. Imaginary part is x. Therefore, the question is given that augment of z is minus pi by 2. That is nothing but tan inverse of y by x minus 1 equal to pi by 2. So tan inverse of y by x here means x minus 1. The tan inverse of y by x minus 1 equal to pi by 2. That is nothing but y by x minus 1 equal to tan pi by 2. Tan inverse nothing but here come this side tan pi by 2. Tan pi by 2 nothing but infinity we can write as 1 by 0. So that is why if y by x minus 1 is not defined, why? Because it is in the form of y should be always positive. Y should be positive means 0 by something means it's not defined. That's why we had y by, since y by x minus is not defined, and y greater should be as to 0. That's why, so in the cross multiplication we can get as x minus 1 equal to 0, and the condition is we have to write y greater than to 0. Therefore the locus of z, the locus of z is x minus 1 equal to 0 and y greater to 0. Is this is equation represents a straight line, x equal to 1. So the amplitude of z minus 1 is pi by 2. Find the locus of z. That's why he's asking, the question is like that. So amplitude or augment both are same. That is why we take it as, let the number be z equal to x plus iy, where z equal to x plus iy minus 1. It is total real part. This is y is to real imaginary part. In the question it is given that the argument of z minus 1 is pi by 2. That's why the argument of z minus 1 means that y by x minus 1, tan theta equal to y by amplitude or augment theta equal to tan inverse y by x. Here y equal to y by x equal to x minus 1 is pi by 2. Y by x minus 1 equal to tan pi by 2 nothing but 1 by 0. So y equal to, don't write. If it is y by x minus 1 is not defined and the y should be also greater to 0. That's why then you get x minus 1 equal to 0 and y should be also greater to 0. Therefore, the locus of z is x minus 1 equal to 0 and y should be also positive. That the x minus 1 should be represents as a straight line. Represents as a straight line, that is x equal to 1. So that is the question number 16. So very easy, always 2 mark questions in IP. That is why practice more all of you, Nana. So next question goes to the 17th question. Question number 17. Question number 17. If argument of z bar, and argument of z1 bar, argument of z1 bar and argument of z2 are pi by 5 and pi by 3, respectively. Find argument of z1 plus argument of z2. So first solution, what is the conditions are given? Argument of z1 bar is nothing but given that as pi by 5. Then we can write as argument of z1 equal to minus pi by 5. If argument of z is plus argument of z bar is equal to 0, that is why argument of z equal to minus argument of z bar. So that is, if it is theta, that means argument of z1 is minus theta. That's why it is given argument of z bar is given. So that is pi by 5. Now we have to find only argument of z1, that is minus pi by 5. And in the question it is given argument of z2 is given, that is equal to pi by 3. Therefore, the question is given that argument of z plus argument of z bar. Now simplify, minus pi by 5 plus pi by 3. That means to that LCM 15, that is nothing but 2 pi by 15. That is the value. Now goes to the 18th question. Question number 18. Find the least positive integer n. Find the least positive integer n. Find the least positive integer n satisfying 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole to the power of n equal to 1. So the condition is given that find the least positive integer. If the question is given that satisfying the equation 1 plus I whole power n by 1 minus I whole power n equal to 1. So that is the question is given. So that is why the question 1 plus I write as 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole to the power of n equal to 1. If it is simplified form means we have to we need to write here 1 plus I rationalize or multiply and divide with 1 plus I its conjugate. 1 minus I its conjugate is 1 plus I equal to given that as 1. So that is a plus b whole square 1 plus I whole square by denominator is 1 minus I square equal to 1. So numerator is nothing but in the form of 1 plus a plus b whole square divided by 1 minus I square is 2. That is whole thing as to 1. So nothing but 2i by 2. 2i by 2 I square is minus 1. So nothing but I square is minus 1. Nothing but plus 1 minus 1 should be cancelled. So that is here 2 to cancel. Then you get I power n equal to 1. I power n means we have to n has to taken if it is n equal to 1, that is I power 1 is 1. I square is equal to here minus 1. I cube is minus I. I power 4 is 1. So if n is equal to 4, then you get 1 or 4 multiples we can get as to 1. So the least positive integer. Find the least it is given. Sorry. Find the least positive integer. The 4 multiples always becomes to 1. But in the question find the least positive for n equal to 4, that implies I power n equal to 1. Therefore the least positive integer is equal to 4. If n is equal to 4, nothing but I power 4 make equal to 1. That's why the 4 multiples mean the least positive integer always you should take. That is why it becomes to 4. That is the question. This carries objective also so many times in the IPE. So not in MCET this question is given. So the question is that 1 plus I whole by 1 minus I whole to the power of n. That means just rationalizing and simplify, then you get I power n equal to 1. So next question. So please make a note all of you. Rationalizing and simplifying, and then you get I power n equal to 1. For n equal to 4, the I power n becomes to 1. So the least positive integer is n. So that's all. Question number 19. Question number 19. If z minus z plus ai in the modulus equal to z minus ai in the modulus. Z plus ai in the modulus equal to z minus ai in the modulus. Find the locus of z. Find the locus of z. Find the locus of z. So that is in the question just similar way ఇంతకుముందు already చేసిందే. So that is let z equal to x plus iy, and so substitute and simplify, then you get the equation. That's all. The given equation is solution. So that is let z equal to x plus iy, and modulus of z nothing but the formula real part square plus imaginary part square. Now simplify here. Modulus of z plus ai, it is in the question is given that z minus ai, where z means you have to write here x plus iy in the modulus plus ai in the as it is same. So similarly x plus iy minus ai in the modulus. So modulus means first change into real part, there is x only, that is I into y plus a in the modulus, x plus I into y minus a in the modulus. So nothing but root over x square plus y plus a whole square. Similarly here also x square plus y minus a whole square. So that is x square plus y minus a whole square. Now squaring on both sides, then you get x square plus y plus a whole square equal to x square plus y minus a whole square. Now x square cancel, then you get y plus a whole square minus y minus a whole square equal to 0. Nothing but a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. So then you get 4ab, nothing but 4ay equal to 0. Now we can write as to y equal to 0. Is represents the locus of z equal to 0, nothing but is represents what is the value y equal to 0 means equation of a, the locus is asking, that's why we had to write the question. The solution is y equal to 0 means it represents y equal to 0 means equation of a x-axis, sorry, y-axis. No, x-axis equation. So 4ay is given. So the locus of z equal to, here x square common simplified over. So nothing but equation of a x-axis. So that is the locus of z. So the question is given that mod of z plus ai equal to z minus ai. Now substitute x plus iy as both sides, then x plus iy nothing but real part only x plus I into y plus a, here x plus I into y minus a, squaring modulus formula, that is mod z equal to imaginary part square plus real part square plus imaginary part square. So the real part is x square, imaginary part is y plus a whole square. Same thing as to this, simplifying, then you get x square will be cancelled, y plus a whole square minus y minus a whole square, that is 4ab, a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square, 4ab, that is y equal to 0. It represents a equation of a x-axis. So that is the question. This carries 2 mark question. This is find the locus of z means you have to write compulsory, write the equation represents a equation of a circles. So that is the locus of z. Next, go to the next question, question number 20. Question number 20, that is the question given that represent the complex numbers, or else another question, it is side by side is given, conjugate of the complex number. Write the conjugate of the complex number. Write the conjugate of, say, 5i by 7 plus I. 5i by 7 plus I, conjugate of this one. So that is 5i by 7 plus I. Just multiply and divide with 7 minus I. That means 35i minus 5i square divided by a plus b into a minus b. 49 minus I square. That is nothing but 35i. I square is nothing but minus 1 becomes to plus 5. That is 49 plus 1, that is equal to 50. Why? Because you are right here. I square equal to minus 1. So separated by, real part is 5 by 50. Imaginary part is 35i by 50. That means 1 by 10 plus 7i by 10. 7 5 ja 7 5. 5 7 ja 5 tens. But in the question it is given that conjugate. So conjugate of 1 plus 7i by 10 is 1 minus 7i by 10. This is the answer. That is the answer is 1 minus 7i by 10. So that is the question is given. So next go to the second question. Next question, that is question number 21. So that is given that only conjugate is asking, that's why just multiply and divide with its conjugate number, then simplify and separate it, that's all. That is the question. Just go to the question number 21. 21 question is represents the complex number 2 plus 3i. Represents the complex number. Represent the complex number 2 plus 3i in the argand plane. In the argand plane. Argand plane nothing but we have to write, you construct as real axis and imaginary axis. Whereas x has nothing but real axis and y axis nothing but, in this y axis nothing but imaginary axis. Imaginary axis. This is the origin. So the point should be take it as plotting just 1 2 3 4 like that. Here also you should take 1 2 3 4. But in the question is 2 plus 3i means we have to write as a point, that is 2 comma 3. Let p something nothing but x has to 2 units, y has to 3 units. That is y has to 3 units. Let it be the plant is p has to p. So that is p of 2 comma 3. That's all. This carries 2 marks in the IP question. So that is 2 comma 3 represents a complex number as to 2 comma 3, as a point is 2 comma 3. So x has to 2 units, y has to 3 units. just plotting the just they coincide as 2 comma 3, that let it be the point P 2 comma 3, that's all. Next question number 22. Question number 22. 22 first question. If 3 root 3 plus I, if root 3 plus I whole to the power of 100 equal to 2 power 99 into a plus ib, then show that a square plus b square equal to 4. Then show that a square plus b square equal to 4. Simple question. So that is, if a solution is root 3 plus I whole to the power of 100 equal to 2 power 99 into a plus ib. 2 power 19 means, so the modulus. So I am taking here, taking modulus on both sides, that is in the form of root 3 plus I in the modulus whole to the power of 100 in the modulus 2 power 99 in the modulus a plus ib in the modulus. So nothing but in the modulus means you have to take it as root 3 whole square plus 1 square, imaginary part square plus real part square plus imaginary part square. That is 2 power 99 into root over a square real part square plus imaginary part square. So squaring on both sides, this carries the value root 4. Root 4 means we can denote that 2 power 100 equal to 2 power 99 into root over a square plus b square. So this will be cancelled as 2. That is 2 equal to root over a square plus b square. That implies we can say that a square plus b square equal to 4. Now hence proved. That's all. By just taking the modulus on both sides. That is the question number 22 first bit. Same thing as to second question. 22nd second bit is given, that is a plus ib whole square equal to a plus ib whole square equal to x plus iy. Find x square plus y square. Find x square plus y square. So that is in the form of a plus ib whole square means a square, that is solution, a plus b whole square I square b square plus I into 2ab equal to x plus iy. I square is minus 1, that is a square minus b square plus I into 2ab equal to x plus iy. So let us take it as real part. Real part means x, that is real part. So that is real part nothing but x. X is nothing but here a square minus b square. And y is nothing but imaginary part, that is imaginary part nothing but 2ab. In the question that is asking x square plus y square, that is nothing but a square minus b square whole square plus 2ab whole square, nothing but a square minus b square whole square plus 4a square b square, nothing but this is equals to a square plus b square whole square. Why? Because a minus b whole square plus 4ab, that is a plus b whole square. Where a here it has to a square, b has to b square. That is nothing but you can expand and simplify, then you get this also only a square plus b square whole square. That is the question number 22. All of you please make a note. The last question is remaining. Find the describe geometrically by the following subsets of C mod of z minus 1 plus I equal to 1. So it is also locus problem, similar to solving always locus problems are explained. So in the last page, question number 23. Yeah, question number 23. Describe geometrically the following subset. Describe geometrically the following subset. The following subset. Whereas 2 z minus 1 plus I, z minus 1 plus I in the modulus equal to 1, where the subset is nothing but z belongs to capital C complex numbers. So solution is, so in the modulus, the given equation is modulus of z minus 1 equal to 1, where complex numbers, let take it as z equal to x plus iy. That's all. Then mod of z is nothing but root over x square plus y square. Now substituted here z equal to, therefore in the modulus of x plus iy minus 1 plus y equal to 1. So taking the real part separate, imaginary part separate, I into y plus 1 in the modulus equal to 1. So modulus means the real part square plus imaginary part square. That is nothing but x minus 1 whole square plus y plus 1 whole square root over real part square plus in the square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. So that is why we take it as x minus 1 is real part and y minus y plus 1 is a imaginary part. So that is simplified form, that is, then you get x for squaring on both sides, that is x minus 1 whole square plus y plus 1 whole square equal to 1. Nothing but x square plus 1 minus 2x plus y square plus 2y plus 1 equal to 1. That is nothing but x square plus y square minus 2x plus 2y plus 1 equal to 0. It represents a equation of a circle with center as 2 1 comma minus 1 and radius equal radius, no need to write radius. It is in the form of equation of a circle. Why? Because x square plus y square plus z square, x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fi plus c equal to 0. That's why we take it as a equation of a circle with center as 2 x square plus x radius also 1 unit until you get, that's no problem. So by simplification means we have taken as here z equal to x plus iy minus 1 plus I, same thing in the real part square plus imaginary part square. So root over modulus means root over real part, that is x minus 1 whole square, imaginary part is y plus 1 whole square equal to 1. So therefore by simplification, so square root on squaring on both sides, then you get x minus 1 whole square plus y plus 1 whole square equal to 1. So that is x simplified form, x square plus 1 minus 2x plus y square plus 2y plus 1 equal to 1. Then you get x square plus y square plus minus 2x plus 2y plus 1 equal to 0. It represents a equation of a circle with center as 2 1 comma minus 1. So next question, that is in any other model, just I am giving this also, you have to practice. Next page I will write the questions will be have to practice. Question number 24, that means show that the points in the Argand plane, show that the points in the Argand plane 1 plus 3i comma 4 minus 3i comma 5 minus 5i are collinear. If it is, the question is given, so you have to find the slope. First you have to find, always you write the complex numbers as points, that is a of 1 comma 3 and b of 4 comma minus 3 and c as 2 5 comma minus 5. So find out by slope of AB. Slopes, if the slopes are should be equal, then the points should be same line. That is why it is had to be collinear. That's why I am taking 1b method, that is slope of AB nothing but minus 3 by 4 minus 1, that is 6 by minus 3, that is nothing but 2. Similarly, slope of BC nothing but minus 5 plus 3 by 5 minus 4, nothing but that is minus 2 by minus 1, that is here minus 2 nana. So that is minus 2 means here also minus 2. This is minus 2, this is minus 2. Therefore, slope of AB is nothing but slope of AB is nothing but slope of BC. Slope of BC. Therefore, the given points Therefore, the given points we can say that are collinear. Collinear. Slopes are equal. The point should be collinear. That's all. Tomorrow I'll give you the next lesson. Start with next lesson. So all these points already important question bank problems are over. So you have to practice more and more. So if it is any doubts, please call to me. So that is the complex numbers are over. Next go to the next lesson, De Moivre's Nana. So tomorrow onwards you will start the De Moivre's theorem next lesson. Okay, thank you.